Jeannie Mai and her ex-husband, Freddie Hartis, always seemed like a weird match. They were so different from each other in so many ways. It's amazing they lasted as long as they did. Then, after they got divorced, it became even more obvious that they so weren't meant for each other. And you're not going to believe who the real Freddie is and what is going on with him these days. To a lot of us, Jeannie and Freddie always seemed like a strange pairing. They came from such different backgrounds and seemed to have really different political and traditional beliefs. But they met when they were pretty young and were together for a long time, so maybe they didn't realize just how different they were at first. Jeannie grew up in California, her mother's Chinese and her dad is Vietnamese. Her parents are proud of their heritage and Jeannie apparently feels the same way. She was able to live the American dream and reportedly has a net worth of $4 million now. Jeannie has been very open about her traumatic childhood. She revealed that she was harmed as a child by her older cousin when she was just 8 years old, which meant that she was forced to grow up fast. And the way she handled her trauma could be why she's always come across as really mature. Freddie, on the other hand, was born in Colorado. He came from a more conservative background and grew up on his father's ranch where he developed a love for hunting and being in nature. He said that ever since he was a kid, his father couldn't keep him out of the woods. When he moved to California, he met Jeannie, who'd grown up in San Jose and was focused on her career as a makeup artist for celebrities. They couldn't be more opposite, which I guess was something that they decided to pitch for Freddie's reality show, The Hollywood Hunter. He described the show's premise in an interview once where he highlighted their differences. He said that it was funny to see a city girl and a country boy merge a life in the city and do all the things they did.
Scared to death to go back in there that next day because I knew I made a bad shot.
While their different backgrounds might have worked for the synopsis of a TV program, their differences eventually caught up with them. But they did have one thing in common: their desires to be famous. By the time The Hollywood Hunter came out in 2011, Jeannie had already made a name for herself as a TV host on all different kinds of shows, which, let's face it, is probably what helped Freddie's hunting program get picked up. Later that year, he was on a reality TV special with Jeannie called Holiday Fabulous, and then after splitting up with Jeannie, he produced and hosted an updated version of his last show, but retitled it as The Maverick. Let's just say it didn't run for long.
Unbelievable! Yes! Awesome!
Freddie also made a bunch of appearances on Jeannie's show The Real, so we got to know him better because of that.
I'm obviously going to be there to help, and I'm going to share.
Jeannie was also very open about their relationship, and we got to find out a lot about how things were going between them. Some people were actually pretty upset when they first heard the news about the couple's separation. Despite their differences, they made it seem like they really loved each other. When they first said that they were ending their relationship in 2017, Jeannie had nothing but good things to say about her ex.
I married him because he's like my dad. He's very loyal, very compassionate, so funny, an awesome guy.
And she added that in the 13 years together, there were never any lies, no betrayal, no cheating, nothing. But like I said, that was at the beginning of their separation. And you won't believe the kind of things they started saying about each other later on down the line. You've probably already heard the main reason why Jeannie said that they ended things.
He actually came out and said that he wants children.
And you may remember that at the time, Jeannie made it clear to Freddie that she didn't want to have kids.
I can't just have a child for another person. And you don't have a child to save your marriage.
Of course, we all saw how she did a 180 on the topic of having kids when she got married to Jeezy. So clearly people change. Kind of like how Freddie supposedly changed while he and Jeannie were getting a divorce, which I guess made Jeannie regret saying that he was the best man that she'd ever met. During the divorce procedure, she reportedly realized that he was never right for her from the very beginning.
You have red flags if it's not going to work. I did.
She also claimed that Freddie taught her a valuable lesson. On The Real, she shared that her ex always used to say, "You truly don't know a person until they don't get what they want." And then, with tears in her eyes, Jeannie said that she never thought he would be the one to prove that to her. Freddie was armed and ready to throw some major shade right back at her though, and he wasn't alone in doing that. Just weeks after they split up, he began dating Lindsay Tooley, a model that he'd met during a photo shoot session years earlier. Lindsay said they kept in touch over the years because they see each other as at the same events, and after Freddie split up with Jeannie, he invited Lindsay to go on a hunt at his ranch. Their friendship turned into a romance after she got to know him better, and it turned out that Freddie really did want to have kids, because after only 6 months of dating Lindsay, she got pregnant. Their daughter was born in 2018, and then just after her birth, the new parents started trying for another baby, a son who was born just a year later. The family settled in Nashville, Tennessee, but Freddie still has his ranch in Colorado and is still a renowned professional hunter. In 2021, they shared on social media that they got engaged. They said that they were in no rush to get married, but I guess that changed because they got married just a year later. And after their seriously messy and bitter divorce, it doesn't look like Freddie and Jeannie will ever have a friendly relationship again. And like I said before, the beef wasn't just between them two. Lindsay wasn't afraid to throw some punches either. The Real posted an Instagram video, Jeannie talking about how it was unfair that she had to pay her ex-spousal support.
And that really taught me a lesson today about looking out for myself.
And the comment that Lindsay wrote beneath the video was honestly just so shocking. She said that Jeannie's complete focus on herself was why she was divorced. Herself being the most important thing to her in the entire world was why she kept making up lies for more attention. I mean, you can tell just how mad she was with Jeannie. Lindsay later confessed that she regretted the comment because it gave Jeannie what she wanted, adding that she was very emotional and pregnant at the time and didn't enjoy being called a homewrecker by the online world. But Lindsay wasn't the only one dissing Jeannie online. After everything she said about not wanting to have kids, we were all surprised when she announced she was pregnant with Jeezy's baby. One Instagram user posted that Freddie was probably biting bricks and screaming about the news, and he replied to it by writing that he upgraded from trash to treasure a long time ago, which was just brutal. Lonnie Love, one of the co-hosts on Jeannie's show, saw the comment and didn't want to let him get away with it, so she replied that his post sounded like a woman answering and that he was better than that. And Freddie later deleted the comment. Jeannie's baby daddy couldn't be more different from Freddie. They came from completely different backgrounds and have totally different jobs. Jeezy seemed much more of a fit for Jeannie. They were both entertainers, and Jeannie really made it sound like they wanted all the same things in life. But I guess we just never truly know what happens behind closed doors. The world was shocked when they announced their split, and who knows what kind of divorce lies ahead for them. Freddie has yet to comment on the news of his ex's separation, but I wonder if he's gloating about it at home with Lindsay. Anyway, what do you guys think? Why do you think Jeannie and Freddie lasted so long if they were so different to begin with? How do you think Freddie and his wife feel about the news of Jeannie's latest divorce? Let me know in the comments below.